The worst lockdown in more than 70 years of conflict in disputed Kashmir is in its 100th day. India put the tight security measures in place after it scrapped the region's special status. A top Kashmiri leader, Said al-Gilani, is now calling on Pakistan to respond to what he called an annexation by dissolving its peace accords with India and redesignating Kashmir's de facto border back to a ceasefire line. Now let's get more perspective on the situation in Kashmir with Samir Patil, an international security expert in Mumbai. Thanks for joining us, Samir. Firstly, India's lockdown on Kashmir now into its 100th day. How significant is this?
It is pretty significant given the massive territorial overhaul that the region underwent after August 5. Now it's a union territory for Jammu and Kashmir and a union territory for Ladakh. I got an opportunity to visit Jammu and Kashmir 2 weeks back, and I would say, that the situation is not exactly that of a lockdown. Yes, the internet is shut and the security forces have been deployed and they have a massive presence there, but otherwise shops have opened, public transportation is back on the roads, telephone and mobile communications have been restored partially, rail services have also resumed partially, schools have reopened. I was able to travel to most parts of the Kashmir Valley and got an unfettered access without any assistance from the civil security forces. I was able to travel as an ordinary citizen. So I would say the situation is not exactly of a lockdown as it is being portrayed out in the media outside.
Well, Samir, you mentioned that it's not exactly a lockdown. You managed to travel a little bit. When do you suspect then New Delhi will lift all, its services and allow services to resume back to normal?
I think the primary consideration behind the restoration of the mobile internet is how Pakistan behaves, because even though India has projected the moves in Kashmir as a purely internal measure, Pakistan's propaganda has gone into overdrive since August 5, and the Indian security establishment has seen some attempts from the Pakistan-based terrorist group to ratchet up the terrorist violence. Already in the last 3 weeks, we have seen multiple terrorist attacks targeting the security forces, the civilians, the shopkeepers, the non-local laborers. Minor incidents, but nonetheless, those incidents are serving as a precaution for the authorities to at least go slowly in terms of restoration of the internet and some of the other facilities.
A Kashmiri separatist leader is asking Pakistan to withdraw from its peace agreements with India. Does this call carry any weight at all? And what would happen if Pakistan did withdraw from them?
I think, frankly speaking, what Gilani says is just a matter of rhetoric. It doesn't carry much weight because the ability of the separatist elements like him to mobilize people have diminished over the last many years. I think what will happen is that there will be probably, it's unlikely that Pakistan will withdraw from any of these peace agreements, primarily because Pakistan itself finds in a spot internationally of because of its inability to take any action on the terrorist financing front, its grey listing by the Financial Action Task Force, and its own internal economic and political mess.
So you mentioned that it's just, what Gilani's saying is just a purely rhetoric. But the question is, how significant or how important is this line of control if it is redesignated as a ceasefire line, though?
As I said, I don't see that happening, but essentially what will mean from the line of control if it goes into a ceasefire is that there will be some resumption of hostilities between India and Pakistan. Probably you will see more attempts coming from Pakistan to ratchet up the hostilities. And that's what I think Gilani's statement is egging Pakistan to do.
Well, Mr. Modi has quickly delivered on 2 of his campaign promises, Kashmir and Ayodhya. Do you see him moving ahead with a third, whereby he said he was planning to create a uniform civil code that does away with the independence of religious communities on certain issues?
Frankly speaking, it's in the realm of speculation, because if you see, there is a move in Kashmir where the move from the initiative from the Modi government, the verdict in the case of Ayodhya came from the judiciary, so it was not exactly Modi's own doing. So we'll have to see. The chatter on the uniform civil code still remains in the realm of speculation.
All right, many thanks for your thoughts this evening. Samir Patil, an international security expert speaking to us from Mumbai.